All right, welcome back to episode 6, part 2 of this 2-part episode where we bring on Gibson Boyd to talk a lot of college football. We literally talk about the entire season from start to finish. So we pick up now here part 2 from week 7 on to the end of the year, and we get through our conference championship predictions. So we have that to look forward to coming up here on the podcast. Without further ado, here is part 2 of episode 6.
Going into week 7. Ohio State at Illinois.
In Champaign. It's a fun one.
In Champaign, so that's an interesting one.
The Big South O's rivalry is back with Georgia and Auburn.
Yeah, get me going here. I think we both have Auburn.
Yeah, I like Auburn a lot there. Finally, Auburn has a team at home. They have to face all these tough road games.
Yeah, and so we talk about Jordan Hare is probably if you want just chaos,
madness.
Just put a game in Jordan Hare, man.
Just put a game. Doesn't matter who's playing. We can play at corner, but it'll just be a crazy game. Just throw whoever you want in there. It's gonna
be great. And following it up, I think another huge game is Michigan USC.
Huge game. These are two possible playoff teams. As far as talent goes,
this is such a big game for both. If they can win this one, each team,
either one wins this one.
Yeah, they're probably top 10. Depending on losses and stuff.
Well, right, but the winner of this game, assuming that they're having the season we think they'll have, at this point, could certainly talk themselves into the top 10. By the way, South Carolina, LSU, that controversial game last year. Now they get it in the Bayou. That's this week also. Indiana at Oregon. Indiana's going to go all the way to Eugene.
So I got the Ducks there. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Indiana, but that's right now.
Utah, Arizona State's another one.
Yes, exactly. Arizona State, Utah, two old Pac-12 teams not playing in the Big 12. That's going to be, again, in Salt Lake. You hope for Arizona State's sake that's not a night game in Salt Lake.
Good luck.
Florida's got to go to College Station.
Yeah, not a playoff team finally. They just
I don't know. If you ask A&M fans.
For me, but you're right. It's just
first of all, A&M went into the swamp last year and just pushed them around. They
definitely.
Yeah, and now they get him at home from the 12s. Look, Marcel Reed at home is a different player. Different cat. You say what you want. And Florida, after those 3 tough games, this is perceived as not as tough, but it's in conversation, so it's just equally as tough as the rest of the other 3 games. This is
there's no break.
There's no break in Florida's schedule really. Until I guess you want to get to Florida State, and that's not even really a break because they'll be better 2-10. TCU, Kansas State, another tough one. Yeah. If you're a Frogs fan, you got to go to Manhattan, little Manhattan.
Not fun there.
No,
another just great week, and then
Red Rivers this week.
The big one.
Oh,
this one. I do have Texas in this game, but if Oklahoma can win,
oh my gosh, the tier is sending New York. That'll be the biggest win of Oklahoma's last few years in Brent Venables' career for sure. If he beats Texas, that'll be the biggest win of his career.
Yeah, this is
even over Bama last year. They beat Bama. This would be a bigger win. No question.
Yeah, because it's just so important.
The stakes. Oklahoma, that was to get to a bowl game last year.
Yeah,
beating Bama. This would be if they could beat Texas when Texas is possibly number 1. This would be changed.
Probably overtake the Texas win from 2 years ago.
Yes, I probably would. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but that's a fun one. Washington State, Ole Miss, a little weird there.
It's a little weird mid-season. Washington State going
Alabama at Missouri.
Watch out! Missouri drink is sneaky at home. Watch out!
Sneaky. He's just they're a sneaky one. You just gotta keep an eye.
If you're Kalen DeBoer, do not get caught up in the Missouri thing. It's it's Missouri. We can kind of look ahead to the tougher SEC games. No, you really can't. Yeah. You really can't look ahead because now, again, the following week is South Carolina for Bama, so you can't really look ahead to South Carolina. You got to focus on Missouri. Missouri's pretty sneaky.
And by the way, next week we got one on Friday. That's a great one. It's Louisville at Miami.
Another weird Friday game between Miami and.
That was a fun one last year.
It was very fun. No one could get a stop. Yeah. Last year they played in Louisville. It was 59-52.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No one can get
just crazy score.
It was nuts.
Interesting one there. We haven't talked about Louisville. I have Louisville ranked to start the year.
Year preseason, yeah.
Big Brom guy. I think I have him going 9-3. I don't want him winning this one, but I really do. I just think Louisville, it's going to be well coached. They're going to scheme it up. They lose a little bit off that defense. Miller Moss coming in that I like.
You like Miller Moss?
Interesting one.
Yeah. And by the way, Miami, it's on the road for Louisville, but it's not like Miami's got this crazy home crowd that that Louisville should.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen Miami like struggle on those Friday nights at home.
Yes, they do. 100%. They should have lost to Virginia Tech last year at home in that Friday night weird one. Louisville's definitely live in that game in Miami. They shouldn't be going in there like not thinking they have a chance of winning that game, obviously. Mario Cristobal can always sleepwalk into a loss.
He can be up with 2 minutes left with no timeouts. And
right.
No
question about that.
He's done that before. Nebraska, Minnesota is another one that night.
Yeah.
Interesting one.
I love it's a night game. I love that that's a night game on Fox, by the way.
Exactly. The Nebraska, I feel like, has played a few Friday. I think they played Illinois at Friday.
Illinois last year on Friday. Give me more Friday night Big Ten games because they always deliver. I mean, they really sneak it. Not always good teams, but there was a Northwestern game last year that was 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, hey, this is a fun game. They always deliver. The Friday night games in the ACC are weird. The Friday night games in the Big Ten are like, whoa, like these games are actually kind of fun, and
Not I would give some credit. I think they get a bad rap about Big Noon, but you got to give it as a viewer, it's nice to have a game on at noon.
That means something. Yes.
It's nice to have. So, but that's for another time.
Right.
This week, Penn State at Iowa, interesting one.
Sneaky, watch out. SMU Clemson, watch out.
SMU, ACC title game rematch.
Rematch of the ACC title game. Yes.
That's a fun one.
Ole Miss, Georgia. We saw what happened last year. Georgia couldn't pass block these Rebels.
That's right. And it's just going to be both teams I'm not that high on relatively to where they're. I probably have Ole Miss probably a little higher than what they're ranked at 21. But
this is a tough game. You gotta go between the hedges and face Georgia. It's just a tough ask.
Tough ask. And it's just do you see that happening? Probably not. Right.
No.
Another fun one, Tennessee, Alabama.
Tennessee, Alabama. So I missed.
Great in Alabama. But
right, they don't have much success winning at Bama. Much better chances at Knoxville. I misspoke. So Bama they're not looking ahead from Missouri to South Carolina. They're looking ahead from Missouri to Tennessee. So like I said, the previous week, if you're Alabama, don't get caught in Missouri looking ahead to this game against Tennessee. Obviously, big one here. They lost to Tennessee last year, so maybe a little get back for Bama and Kalen DeBoer. You obviously get LSU Vanderbilt. You get Texas Tech and Arizona State. These are two teams I have in the Big
12. Well done.
Come on, Big 12. They keep delivering. It's unbelievable how they keep doing it. So you get Texas Tech, Arizona State, two teams that I have in Jerry's World at the end of the year. You get Oklahoma at South Carolina.
Yep.
Woo! In Williams-Brice.
Quarterback matchup there.
What a quarterback matchup there. John Mateer and Lenore Sellers, two of the 10 best quarterbacks in the country. You get Washington and Michigan, a rematch of the national championship game from 2 years ago. This week.
Love all over that one.
And then you also get the token A&M Arkansas game. These teams don't like each other.
Yeah, in Jerry's World.
In Jerry's World,
as it tends to be.
UNLV
Boise State.
Huge game in the Mountain West. Huge game in the Group of 5.
on the blue turf. So
you also get the Holy War this week. This is Utah BYU. It's controversy at the end of that game last year.
That's right.
Now you get it in Brigham Young. So this is going to be very interesting. Big 12 is early.
By the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, huge game.
Yeah, we've talked about Duke, we've talked about Georgia Tech. This is one of those games. If Georgia Tech can beat Clemson, if they beat Duke in this spot,
they're in the playoff.
Seriously, they are in contention, man.
They're good. That game.
This is the game. I have confidence that Key's got the boys ready for the big ones. It's just can he handle business against the lower comp? Because you're not there talent wise to just blow these teams out the water.
No. You can't overlook
I think Duke's going to be good. I like Manny Diaz a lot. So
can't overlook Duke on the road at home. Probably going to be a night game. Probably going to be a night game ACC Network probably if I had to guess. But
and then this is an unranked matchup, but I think we both have these teams ranked, or will be ranked by the end of the year. Is Baylor TCU.
Baylor TCU again. Big 12 keeps delivering. These two teams, I really like them as unranked teams now to possibly be ranked later. Possibly when this matchup happens, maybe one of them are ranked. So we'll be talking about that a little bit. And
BYU's another one. BYU's tough place to play.
Yeah, the Holy War
that game.
Yeah, remember the Holy War last year? Utah BYU. Remember Utah kind of, or rather BYU got hosed in that game.
No, Utah did.
Utah got hosed in that game. Yeah. Utah was at home and they got hosed in that game, and it was not a pretty ending. That was BYU was undefeated and kind of got a lucky. They should have had a one in the loss column, and they still had a 0. So yeah, BYU definitely got fortunate to win that game. And you also have your guys USC going to South Bend at 7:30 at night.
This could be game day.
Very well be game day.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun, man.
At this time, Notre Dame should have figured out their identity.
It's a little bit later in the season, and Notre Dame's just tough place to win at.
It is
rivalry game. I trust Marcus Freeman here. Right?
Yeah, over Lincoln Riley.
But that's a great game. And 7:30,
huge game.
Rivalry game. All about that one. All about that one.
That'll be, and thankfully there's not like a game that's next to it, at least not right now, that I'm like, I have to, side view. It's like I got to figure out a million different ways to watch these 3 games at the same time.
I love when like the old school like big games are like big games again.
Yes.
And I think that will be right.
Yes.
That game hasn't had a ton of juice as of recently. I think with Caleb they had a year where
they had a year with Caleb. They had a year with Darnold where it was like kind of juicy, but
but just like hasn't had a ton, and I think that one will be like the first one we've had in a little bit. If
they're both good at the same time.
Yeah, in Illinois and stuff. So, but yeah, that'll be interesting. Going into week 9.
Week 9 is great.
It is great. Alabama at South Carolina.
Crazy game last year, by the way.
Crazy game last year. I have South Carolina winning this game. South Carolina is a team that like they lost a good bit. Like that defense was really good last year, and they lost a good bit. I think people look at Dylan Stewart and they look at Lenore Sellers and think they're going to be great. It's important to look at the full picture. I think they're good enough. I think they're going to like beat some big teams, but I think they're going to lose like to the Missouri and stuff like that. And they have a tough schedule. So this one at home, I like the Gamecocks.
Yeah. 2 good defenses, by the way. This is going to be a rock fight, I think.
It's going to be a rock fight. And like I just think Lenore Sellers at home. It'll be tough. It'll be tough sledding for Bama, but that'll be a fun one. Texas A&M at LSU.
2 great SEC games. My gosh.
2 great SEC games. I don't know which one you choose there.
Ideally, they're going to be separated at different times. You can have one of them as an ABC game at 3:30. One's going to be 7:30. One's going to be
but Illinois Washington's another like
Illinois has some tough
fun. It's just a fun one.
It is.
Like a lot of the ones we talk about. It's like I think it's going to be good, and I just hope it will be.
Right.
Because I like these. Like I like the matchup, but it could have lost some juice at that point.
Yeah, we don't know, but I think we both imagine that Illinois, their preseason ranked number 12. I think we both imagine that Washington will be good this year because obviously they don't lose at home, and they are improved than they were a year ago for sure. So at the very least, this game will have some stakes. No doubt about it. I mean, again, you get Michigan State, an in-state rivalry there. That's not bad. You
Kansas State at Kansas.
Kansas at Kansas. The Sunflower Showdown was phenomenal last year.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, I like Kansas in these type of spots, right? Yeah. I just think they're sneaky. Jalen Daniels I like. So it's a sneaky one.
He was a handful for them last year, Kansas State, having a
Exactly. So Ole Miss, Oklahoma, another one. This is in Norman.
Huge one.
I think this is a must-win for Oklahoma. Like, it
might be a must-win for Ole Miss too if they don't get that LSU.
Yeah, and it's like I hate saying that because there's a lot of like must-wins, but like you can lose 2-3 games in the SEC and be fine.
But if Ole Miss loses at the Grove to LSU early season, you need this one. It's like now, and again, you have to play at Georgia, so you need to have this one. Then if you lose, that game.
Yeah, if you lose those 2, it's like you
need this one.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, other than that, you're looking at it.
Rutgers, Purdue. I'm just throwing names out, but hey, Colorado, Utah, former Pac-12 rivals.
Yeah. If that game was at Colorado, maybe a little bit more.
That's some juice,
But yeah, I mean, it's still a good week.
It's a good week. SEC just
not as juicy as the other ones, I guess.
Right. The SEC they gave us a few good ones for sure.
Yeah. Now moving into week 10.
Woo! Penn State, Ohio State. Big noon. We already know it's gonna be big noon. We don't have to. This is the Big Ten.
There's so many good games this week.
Oh my goodness!
Ohio State, Penn State. You got Miami, SMU.
Sneaky.
Fun one.
Yeah.
You got Arizona State at Iowa State. I don't know if Iowa State will be ranked at this point. Maybe
we don't know, but they'll be still. It's tough to win names, no matter when you are or where you are.
Right. South Carolina at Ole Miss.
Yeah, Ole Miss kind of spanked them last year at Williams-Brice. They're gonna now. So
and this is the thing. Like South Carolina has a few big games in a row. It's like kind of
it's just tough.
You gotta win like this one, and it's like I just don't think they will.
No.
Texas Tech at Kansas State.
Huge one. Yeah. Huge one in Big 12. This could dictate who goes to Jerry's world.
That's right. That's right.
Now we're in November, so obviously all these games are big. But
Oklahoma versus Tennessee.
Oklahoma versus Tennessee.
By the way, Duke kind of spanked them last year, but
they did. It was early season SEC play. I think it was the first SEC game for both teams. By the way, Duke Clemson. Duke Clemson did not.
Duke Clemson. It's at Clemson, but we saw what Duke did last time.
Yeah, 2 years ago, week 1, Riley Leonard obviously put his imprint in that
game. So I mean, definitely, I think that's a good game. Like I think that is definitely going to be a game.
Don't sleep on Duke. Do not sleep on the Blue Devils.
I think that's probably a fourth quarter game.
Probably a fourth quarter game. Oh yeah, I could see it. No doubt about it. USC Nebraska. I think we both like.
I was about to say that was my next one. I think
we mentioned it. How does USC's? Does it translate to? At this point, the rules will be made with Matt Rule. Year 3 in Nebraska.
Yeah, we haven't touched on Nebraska. So like,
is Nebraska live as a Big Ten sneaky dark horse team? Not to go too in depth on Nebraska, but it's they could be. Year 3. This is it for Matt Rule. This is usually when it happens.
This is usually when it happens.
Year 3 Temple, year 3 Baylor. So
yeah, I think there's going to be a team in the Big Ten that kind of comes out of nowhere.
It could be that.
And I think it's them, USC. Like that's probably my 2 because I think they have the talent.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing.
Yes, or like a Washington, maybe you could put in that tier. But yeah, I'm big on that one. That's a game for USC that we talked about. That 3 games that if they can win this one.
Yeah,
it's a big one. It's a big.
To make the playoff, they have to win it.
It sets them up.
And then you get, by the way, the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Yes. Is this one not in Jacksonville this year? I've heard it was not in Jacksonville. Is it possible that there's like renovations or something like that? Or
this is in Jacksonville. I think next year's in Tampa.
Okay. So it is still in Jacksonville.
By the way, this game should not be neutral site. I get it. It's like it's way more. It would be way more fun. But whatever.
Really? You don't think it should be neutral site?
I don't like neutral site. It's college football.
Okay, so I guess you're saying in the Cotton Bowl for Red River should also be not neutral site.
Like I get it. Like it's not like I don't like. Like I think that it does work, right? Because
for certain reasons, of course, Ohio State, Michigan has to be. It cannot be neutral site, no doubt, of course.
Yeah, but it's just like I think these games would be like I look at Florida, Georgia. It's like obviously it's a big game, but how much bigger would it be?
If it's in Ben Hill Griffin, for sure, no doubt. If it's in the swamp, it'd be huge, no doubt.
Like that's my point. And same with like the Cotton Bowl.
But it's iconic.
It's been tough just because like both teams haven't been great at the same time.
Yeah.
Either for both of these matchups, so that might be some of it, but
that's probably why you like the LSU Florida matchup more because LSU Florida doesn't have this nonsense neutral site.
Two great venues. Let's play the games in the venues.
Yeah, Death Valley this year. It was the Swamp last year. Yeah. Obviously, this year it'd be cool to have Georgia, Florida at the Swamp or between the hedges. But absolutely. I love the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. I love it being.
I mean, the game's gonna be great.
You get the red on one side, you get the blue on the other side.
It's good. It's a good
atmosphere. It's a good atmosphere, but it's not like you said, home and home. It'd be for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, great game. I have the Gators.
I do too. I do too. Yeah.
So I think the last time they won was 2020. So
that was the college COVID year where Georgia really struggled.
Yeah. Now this week 11. We start getting some action on Tuesday night.
Kind of has everything. Yeah, we got Tuesday night action. This is when the CFP things started to come out. So, we get some action there. Ohio and Toledo's the favorite there in that conference. Toledo places.
Toledo's a kind of sneaky.
Watch out.
I think they play Kentucky early in the year.
They do. Toledo has experience in whooping early season SEC games. They went on the road in Starkville last year, took out the noise canceling cowbells, and they destroyed them like 39-10 or something like that. So Toledo's live. Toledo's a good team. Out of the MAC, if anyone in the MAC can like do something, maybe make a group of 5 potential. Obviously, NIU had a big win last year at Notre Dame, but Toledo is the head and shoulders favorite for sure. And they get tested with an SEC team. So watch out for Toledo in the group of 5. Not to touch on some.
Another group of 5 matchup here that I'm a big fan of is Tulane at Memphis.
Whoo, big one in the American. Big one in the American, no doubt. Yeah, Toledo got a 9 o'clock game on the road in Memphis. Not an easy place.
Yeah, Memphis they've got like a whole new team.
It is.
They were great last year, but a whole new team. I think Memphis beat Tulane like pretty handily last year.
They did. They woke them up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was late in the year, but that's a fun one. But Indiana at Penn State. Give me the Nittany Lions, but
I don't know if you remember the Indiana Penn State. It wasn't the last time they played, but remember in the COVID year when they played.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Michael Penix with the stretch. It was yeah. So this is now these teams are ranked again at the same time. Finally, Florida State Clemson is always good.
Yeah, I mean, for a while there, it was like a premier
best rivalry.
Like Alabama LSU. So
yeah, it was one of the best rivalries in the conference or in the country.
Oregon, Iowa. I have Iowa winning this game.
Do you really? Oh, so you are down on Oregon? Okay.
I just think like this is a game like a prime spot for them to kind of slip up.
Yeah, but Oregon's got. I just don't see Dan Lanning slipping up against an Iowa. I really don't. No offense to Kirk Ferentz.
And it's more like I don't know if it's this one, but I think they will. And maybe I'm just being.
It's a spot. Iowa is not an easy place to win, as we know.
Exactly, and I think that's kind of where I'm getting at. It's just like I think this is a spot.
Dante Moore at this point, is he not? Is the training wheels not off yet to the point where he gets a little bit rattled in Kinnick? Is it a night game? Probably, because Oregon, coming across, they probably don't want to put that early in the day. By the way, LSU, Bama, these are two teams you would love a lot.
I'm big on this one. I think I have these two teams in the semifinal.
In the national semifinal. So that means
I might have them like playing each other in the national semifinal.
Jeez.
Let me see.
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna get it here, and we're gonna get it in the national semifinal. So there you go.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty sure I have Bama winning this game.
And the one in the national semifinal.
Yes.
Okay, so LSU does not want to hear that, obviously, but hey, LSU Bama in Tuscaloosa this year. These games.
And if it was in Tiger Stadium, I'd probably pick LSU. So
100%. It's tough to win there as well.
Later in the year, Ty Simpson, I got confidence in the Crimson Tide. They killed LSU last year.
They did, and that was in the Bayou, and that was supposed to be.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I think it'll be a good game. But
LSU much better this year defensively, as we mentioned already. Touched on that, but
A&M
Missouri. Watch out for A&M Missouri.
That's a sneaky one. Like
it was a ranked versus ranked game last year in College Station, and A&M just took it to them.
Basically, if there's any ranked team playing at Missouri, I'm gonna say it's sneaky.
Watch out.
And that's just gonna how it's gonna be.
Auburn, Vanderbilt, and another sneaky one, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
This is kind of the easier part of Auburn's stretch, but still not an easy stretch. I mean, Vanderbilt,
exactly.
you can go in there and get tripped up.
Iowa State, TCU.
These teams obviously hate each other. No doubt about that.
Not a fan of each other.
No. Washington and Wisconsin. If Wisconsin has any chance of winning any Big Ten team, you want to win at home against Washington. The time zone is different. Not Wisconsin stinks. We're not gonna get into that, but we get
at Notre Dame.
That's a big one.
Like last year, like those two teams were.
Oh, I thought Navy was on a collision course with Army to host the American Championship.
That would have been like the coolest thing. By the way.
Yeah, where they host the AAC Championship, and the very next week they turn around and play obviously at the Army Navy game. So
that would have been great. I know it didn't happen, but that was a fun storyline there for.
And by the way, this isn't just a storyline this year. Navy returns a lot of guys. Navy's going to be good. The American is, it's Tulane, it's Memphis, it's Navy, it's UTSA, and I'm blanking on somebody else, obviously. But Navy is live for sure in that conference. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Navy's a good squad. Blake Horvath is back.
Memphis.
I'm blanking on somebody else. USF is very good as well, but Tulane, Memphis, UTSA, and Navy is right there at the top of them with all those teams I just mentioned. I think Navy's live to win the American, and not only win the American, they could be a Group of Five, a sneaky, representative out of the Group of Five. That's not.
I have tough trusting an option team
for sure
week in week out, but
By the way, real quick, in the American, the odds right now to win the American, Tulane is the favorite, UTSA, and Navy's third. So right there, I mean, Navy's getting respect. They're the third. Yeah, they're right there, man.
Absolutely. Week 12, this is another good one. Clemson at Louisville. Obviously, we saw this
last year. Louisville kind of kicked their teeth. They kicked our teeth in. I was there. It was not pretty.
You would think this can't be a look ahead sneaky game for Clemson.
No, it's a Friday night game.
It's just gonna be tough. Like playing at Louisville, it's always tough there. And I think they'll be good. Like Jeff Brom, he always seems to get one team.
Yeah, you hope it's not, us, obviously. But.
And I have Louisville winning this game, so.
I think I do, too. It's a weird Friday night game. You know what I do with those? I just kind of default to the home team.
Exactly. Short week, all that. Big game, Texas, Georgia.
Can Sark get over the Georgia stigma that's going on right now?
And this is a game I have Georgia winning, and I'm not high at Georgia, but I do have them winning this one.
Okay, so you still trust Kirby Smart against some of these teams?
Trust Kirby Smart and just trust, the Georgia crowd. That they haven't lost a home game in years.
Yeah, I just don't see them. Look, I think Texas was the better team last year, and they lost both games. So what do I know? But
yeah, I mean, Bert Auburn is not there anymore.
Right, I'm saying if they had a kicker, man, they could not block Georgia in that first game at least.
Which is weird because a lot of teams didn't really
Right, yeah, it was weird because Texas was so good offensive line last year. They had such a good offensive line, but they ran into trouble with Jalen Walker, and Michael Williams. At least pass rush wise, they could not protect Ewers against Georgia. I think this year they have a different dimension with Arch, obviously, as a runner. I would have loved to see Arch in either one of those games against Georgia. I think he would have added something. They brought him in for one drive. It was a little out of rhythm in that game in Austin where they just kind of got punched in the mouth. I think this year they go on the road and they get it done. I don't care about – I know it's in between the hedges, but I watched Georgia Tech last year go in between the hedges and outplay them for 4 quarters and 8 overtimes out of 9. Whatever.
Yeah, but the transitive power, it doesn't work like that.
I understand it doesn't work, but I'm not scared of Georgia at night in between the hedges. I think that Texas can go in there and beat them. I really do. I just think Texas is better. I really just do. So if I think they're better,
I'd be scared. Like that's just me. I'd be scared of that.
That's fine. But I'm saying if I'm Texas, I would not be scared because I think Texas.
Yeah, that's fair.
In their mind, they should view them as better than Georgia. They should view this as, you know what, if Georgia beats us, that's an upset. We should not be, they are Georgia's -2. That's a long way away. But I just view Texas as the better roster. So if you're the better roster, I'm going to give you you're live to go in anywhere and win if you have the better team, which I believe Texas does. I believe they have the better quarterback. So, better quarterback, I'm just going to default to that most times. But
sure, and that's completely reasonable. I think a sneaky one here, and I keep saying sneaky, but we just Notre Dame at Pitt.
Yes,
interesting game. We're
great season. Yeah,
Holstein.
Yeah, this point
Notre Dame, but I think watch out.
Watch out for Pitt. It's never easy to win here in November. Never.
It's gonna be cold. Notre Dame's used to it, but
Notre Dame's used to it, but it's just cold there. Things get weird. By the way, Oklahoma, Alabama. Oklahoma took it to them last year.
I have the Crimson Tide in this one, but
revenge spot.
Like two just blue bloods. Like you gotta love it.
By the way, how good is it to see Brent Venables back against Alabama, like the old Clemson Bama days?
Right.
Beat them up last year. Their defense got the best of Bama's offense in that game. Now Alabama's offense this year want to take care of the ball against Oklahoma. That's the big focal point.
Yeah, too many turnovers last year, and
they get them at home. That's the big. That's the big.
Get them at home, and that's the thing. Like if this game is in Norman, like we saw last year. Like obviously that makes a difference, but
makes a huge difference. South Carolina A&M. A&M. By the way, A&M went to Williams-Brice last year. Kind of got punched in the mouth. Yep. North Carolina kind of introduced himself to the world. Right. Now you got to go on the road to the 12th man, and this is another tough game. South Carolina. How many tough games do they have in a row here?
This stretch is brutal for them.
They got Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama, A&M in like 4 consecutive weeks. It's just very tough. Obviously, you finished with Clemson, so this is not an easy stretch for them.
Not an easy stretch at all. And if they can win that one, like watch out. I do have A&M.
No doubt.
Winning that one. Florida, Ole Miss.
Remember the game last year?
The Gators winning, but Ole Miss kind of needs to win.
Ole Miss very tough at their place in Oxford.
Yeah.
This is one where I think if you're Ole Miss at this point, you got to be better than you would imagine starting the season at. Lane could have been bringing a bunch of new guys, but at this point in the season, you're talking about late November, and they played these guys in late November last year. Obviously, Ole Miss gave up their playoff spot to SMU, ended up getting the last spot. But Ole Miss, if they win that game against Florida, they're 10-2. They're in the playoff, obviously.
Yeah.
If they don't lose at home to Kentucky, they're in the playoff. If they don't lose to the game where they never trailed at any moment in the game against LSU, they're in the playoff. So, man, Ole Miss just licking their wounds. They have a bunch of revenge spots here, and they get obviously Florida at home, they get LSU at home to kind of reverse those results.
And they're certainly capable of doing it. So
no doubt, I like Austin Simmons a lot. I think he's a nice little player. We haven't seen anything from him really outside of like that one drive against Georgia, but I like him. And they also got Utah Baylor.
They went all out in the portal last year.
They did.
Yeah. They just couldn't capitalize. I don't think their class was as good this year.
Right.
I still think they're good, but do they have I think they were probably one of the better rosters in the country last year.
And they just didn't get it done.
But I like Lane, and they'll certainly beat a few teams because
they'll be in it. Yeah, they'll be in it.
But yeah, just a good game there.
By the way, Utah Baylor. We like Utah and Baylor in the Big 12. Another Big 12.
Definitely great game there. Another one's Iowa USC. It's at USC.
Yeah, how real is Iowa? We're going to find out.
That's right. Utah Baylor, though, is definitely it's
a juicy one.
It's certainly a juicy one.
Does the Big 12 go any week without giving us a good matchup? It feels like every week it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the Big 12 it's a good matchup here. It's like,
well, it's just like we talk about. It's like any team can win the Big 12, so they're all kind of big.
Right. Yeah, it's fair.
And like last year was like, oh wait, Colorado's going to win the Big 12 or like make it, and it's like
they were on their way.
And all of a sudden like BYU, and it's like wait, like Arizona State.
It's like where'd that come from? Yeah. 100%.
So you just got to keep an eye on them. You just got to keep an eye. You got to keep looking. Now this next week.
How about week 13?
We're getting close to the end here.
Yeah.
But USC, Oregon,
huge game.
If USC is what I think it's,
this will be a massive game. Yeah, it could be game
day. At Eugene though, it's gonna
be game day. If USC is as good as you think it is, it's gonna be game day.
Yeah. And I'm kind of calling my shot with USC, so this game could definitely lose juice.
Nebraska, Penn State. If Nebraska's what I think they'll be, then
it's at Penn State. But those are games that like Penn State. If you're
a national championship, you have to.
You gotta handle business.
Yeah.
Do what like Oklahoma or Ohio State's done for so long.
They would just kind of punch them in the face and be over.
Yeah, be like, no, we're still Ohio State. You know. Another one is Tennessee, Florida is obviously a great matchup.
Good rivalry, really good rivalry. Yeah.
Florida should have won last year.
They should have, absolutely.
Tennessee, but I digress.
They'll get their lick back here in the swamp, I'd imagine.
That's right. Louisville at SMU.
Great game last year. SMU went on the road and stunned Louisville in Route 2, an undefeated ACC record. Louisville's looking for some get back here. These two teams, I think, will both be in the picture to get to Charlotte.
Yeah.
So this game will dictate probably who goes and who.
This is two teams that'll be at the top of the ACC standings.
Yeah, this could be like a title eliminator game.
That's right. That's right. I love that. Yeah.
Whoever loses this game, I don't think there's a path to get to Charlotte without winning this game. Like obviously last year, I thought Louisville and Clemson would meet in Charlotte. Louisville loses at home to SMU. There no longer is a shot to get to Charlotte. SMU at home against Louisville, you have to win that game. Unless you win at Clemson like Louisville did last year, and it just goes in like a. But I think that SMU at home against Louisville has to win because they have a tough ACC schedule this year. SMU plays Miami as well, and Clemson, and Louisville. So they gotta win one of these at least. Kansas State, Utah, by the way, these are two teams that you like in the Big 12. Again, Big 12 just giving us great matchups.
Another one, yeah, and these are teams that like at kind of the same deal as SMU Louisville, like title eliminator game, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
That type of implication. So those are always fun. Looking at the rest here, you just like
solid week.
Classic SEC playing.
Oh yeah, the SEC plays against all Panera Bread.
That's just kind of what this.
It's like the Citadel, Samford. You got Furman. By the way, no disrespect to the roast beef techs of the world, but these are not. These are all SEC tune-up games.
Duke UNC could be fun.
Yeah, this is Belichick's first Chapel Hill, Tobacco Road rivalry game.
Yeah,
so that'll be good. Those two teams could be live. I mean, we talked about UNC's schedule in the ACC. They could be live at the end of the year to maybe make a push. 100%. And Duke, same thing. Duke won 9 games last year. Should win 10. Week 14 is really fun. Navy Memphis on a Thursday night.
This is rivalry week. We it's one of the best weeks of college football like every year.
100%.
Utah at Kansas though, like that's a sneaky one.
Yeah,
on Friday.
100%.
Out for the Jayhawks.
The Friday games are good, man. I mean, you got obviously you got the Egg Bowl. Obviously, you got Georgia Tech.
This is in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. It's a neutral site, obviously, but
it's not Bobby Dodd.
It's not in Bobby Dodd, but it almost can't top last year's game. It's actually physically impossible to top last year's game.
Texas A&M, Texas is
on a Friday night. By the way, this is when I think it used to be played on Friday night.
It used to be played on a Friday, which is always fun.
I love that. I love the Friday night games at this point in the year.
Yeah.
Because we kind of space everything out. Because with the games as important as they are in this rivalry week, you want to space them out to where not everything's on Saturday. To where I'm like I can't even concentrate on how many good games are at the same time. Because last year we had Clemson, South Carolina going on at the same time as like a million other good games. It was like impossible to watch all of them at the same time. Yeah. So I'm glad they're spacing.
That's a great point. It's like a lot of these rivalry games don't get the attention they deserve because there's so many that day.
We go on at the same time. Yeah.
It's like, Iowa State or like Wash or like why do people care about the Egg Bowl? It's because like
it's on Thursday. It's on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it like you're right. It makes them get a little bit more attention. It's a little bit more fun. But going into Saturday, obviously the game.
The game, yes. Michigan
Ohio State. You got all of them. You got the game. You got,
right. Clemson, South Carolina at noon. By the way, that's already out.
South Carolina. But there's also like Oregon, Washington.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like that's a big game.
It's a huge game for both teams. I mean, absolutely. Could have playoff. Yeah, the Iron Bowl. LSU.
Iron Bowl. Florida State. Like,
of course.
Miami at Pitt.
Pitt's sneaky. Yeah, do not watch out for Mario Cristobal. Has really struggled in the month of November, and Pitt, as we mentioned, is just tough at this point in the year.
That's right.
Pat Narduzzi is always at
Miami. Like they lost this game in 2017.
Yes.
When they were undefeated, and
and they would have probably made it. If they win that game against Pitt, they're undefeated heading into the ACC title game. Even if you lose to Kelly Bryant, probably in with a 12-1 record or whatever it was. But
100%.
They lose that game in Pitt, and Pitt was obviously unranked to that. And Pitt didn't make a bowl, so it was such a bad loss that
Now a non-rivalry game that is huge implications is LSU at Oklahoma.
Yes. Yeah. First year of these two teams playing at the final week, I believe, right? Or maybe not.
I think they played last year. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They did. So obviously with these new additions, you're getting new rivalries last week. It used to always be LSU A&M.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, now you get LSU Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So, but this is not. Maybe it's a budding rivalry. It's not a rivalry right now, but it may be a budding one because these two teams could make the playoffs. Both of them could. it would not surprise me if both of them in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Tough schedules for both, but like
for sure. But I think if they're both as good as we think they are, this will have playoff implications for sure.
Yeah, and these are games that like they don't have the same juice because it's that rivalry weekend, and they don't have the rivalry behind it. But like they're huge games.
But they're still huge games. That's what I'm saying. It's rivalry week, so it's not Wisconsin Minnesota is a battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. It's a great rivalry.
Yeah,
maybe it won't be a great game, but there's history there. They played a million times. Kentucky, Louisville. Obviously the battle for the Bluegrass State. But yeah, LSU Oklahoma is not a rivalry on rivalry week, but it's a huge game on rivalry week, which means we're gonna watch it. So of course.
Yeah. And you got all the other ones like we talked about, like Ohio State, Michigan. It's at Michigan. Can they beat the streak? I think Auburn. Like anytime the Iron Bowl's in Auburn,
it's must watch television anytime it's in here. USC, UCLA, battle of Southern California. It's always fun. Love the uniform. Love the uniform matchups though for USC.
It's a great uniform matchup.
Great uniform. Will be great. Iconic uniforms for both teams, and I love that they both wear their home uniforms.
It should be a better game. It should.
Of course. And it was the year Caleb won the Heisman. Both teams ranked in the top 15. It was DTR and UCLA against USC, and obviously the Heisman winners that ended up finishing top 10 that year. But you're right. It has not been.
Now there's a sneaky one here, and it's Texas Tech versus West Virginia at West Virginia.
You touched on that earlier, yeah.
Yeah. So I did touch on it earlier. Like that's just these are games at the Big 12. Like you think what's going to happen. Not so fast.
No, you don't. Nope. It's like, wait, who lost at where? 100%.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. That's the schedule there, and then you get in the conference championships, and then you get so.
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up here. What's your? Well, we can touch on the conference predictions because out of the ACC, I have Clemson and Georgia Tech. In Charlotte, I should say. Out of the SEC,
I have Clemson, Miami.
You have Clemson, Miami. Okay, so yeah, we can just go right into those are two teams you have in the ACC. So out of the Big 12, we probably have different teams because the Big 12 is so wide open. But out of the Big 12, who would you have representing this conference championship week?
I have Utah winning it. I'm high on Utah. Devin Dampier, I think people just forget like Whittingham's a great coach. Like
yes.
They went on a stretch there like they didn't lose.
They just win.
They win like 9 games every year. So I have them too, and then I have a bunch of teams at like 7-2. So I don't know how the tiebreaker worked, but I probably pick Kansas State.
Okay.
I have Baylor, I have Arizona State, I have Texas Tech, I have TCU, like all there.
All 6 of those teams. I think we've grown to 6 teams.
Yeah.
And honestly, in the Big 12, you can look at 9 teams. That honestly, if you would,
honestly down to like.
If you told me Kansas was in the Big 12 title game, I would not totally be shocked.
Colorado is another one. Like,
I would not be shocked if they were in it.
Yeah.
If you told me Iowa State was able to somehow, replace the production of Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins, I wouldn't even tell you you're crazy. I really wouldn't.
So those are my 2 teams there. For the SEC, I think by the look of it, I have LSU going 7-1 in conference actually.
Yeah, because the non-conference loss in Clemson obviously would not hurt them.
Yes, yeah, and then I have them playing Texas, but I have Alabama and Florida at 6-2 as well. So I have Texas in the game. I don't know like how it all work out, obviously,
right.
But I have LSU Texas. I have LSU winning the SEC.
Okay. I think I have Texas and Bama because I have – or no. I have Texas and LSU because I have Bama losing at Jordan Hare. Yeah, and obviously, so even though I have Bama beating LSU head-to-head, I believe LSU would go in because the only 1 conference loss and the 2 conference losses. So,
that's right, yeah. Yeah, so and then Big 10, I actually have Ohio State beating Penn State, but I have Penn State beating Ohio State in the Big 10 championship. I know.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Ohio State beats them in Columbus when they play in the season.
Yeah.
Penn State comes back and beats them in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I think I have Ohio State winning in both games.
Yeah, and that's listen. It's fair.
I have to see James Franklin do it, and I think it's going to happen.
I'm right there. It's just like if there's ever going to be a time, I think we touched on this, but like
they get a little cute.
Everyone thinks, they do get cute, and he tends to just call just the dumbest stuff. Like, why are we going for a fake punt at your own 30? And it's
James Franklin will get in James Franklin's own way.
Exactly.
He'll beat himself. And Penn State should have won some of these games last year that they didn't. It's like
Ohio State. I was seeing formations at the goal line. I haven't seen like if you went back to like 1862 football, like you might have seen that. Like they're just wild.
Yeah.
Princeton back in the day was running these formations.
No. By the way, Penn State got spotted a 10-point lead from Will Howard last year in that game. They got to win that. They got to win that game at home. It's better to 10-0 lead. You got to win that game at home.
Exactly.
The Notre Dame game, you got to win that game, obviously.
But I think a lot of these head coaches get in the like mindset, like they kind of get a narrative about them, like, oh, they can't win the big game. And James Franklin is certainly in that category. But people that were just in that category too is Ryan Day. Kirby Smart had the same thing. Like all these guys have that same thing until they actually do it. So if you put yourself in the ring enough and give yourself the opportunity to do it, I think eventually you're going to do it.
Eventually a breakthrough. Yeah.
And I think Penn State's certainly got the talent. Granted, I don't have them winning the national championship, but I think they can beat like an Ohio State this year.
I didn't think we beat any of these teams. Yeah. Oh, by the way, a lot of these coaches have the same exact stigma as James Franklin. Brian Kelly has to prove something.
I mean, like it's all and it's so hard to win a national championship, right? So
Sarkisian probably has the best team, but he's got another. They got to get over a Georgia hump. Steve Sarkisian and the long run.
That's right. Yep.
So and again, it's like only Dabo and Kirby really. I mean, you could even say Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning, he had an issue obviously beating Ohio State last year in the Rose Bowl. 2 games to Washington. Those are both playoff games, basically, the previous year. So, you can certainly say that there's every coach you can kind of look at and point to be like, well, even Ryan Day wins the title and he still has a Michigan problem. So it's like you can always find something with all these guys kind of in the coaching lore. But no, I mean, I'm with you. So out of the Big Ten, I had Penn State and Ohio State just like you, but I have Ohio State beating them. In the Big 12, I think I touched on it. I think I got Texas Tech over Arizona State. So I don't have the Sun Devils going back-to-back Big 12 champions.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I just can't.
It's tough to do.
I can't do it because it's just probably not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's just Big 12.
By the way, again, there's like 8 teams that I could see winning the Big 12, and I think those.
We've talked about it. It's a great conference. It's America's conference. I don't think any team in there can like win the national championship.
Win the title.
I hate saying that,
right?
But a lot of fun, and I do like the expanded playoffs for that, right?
Yes, because you're getting some of these teams. One of these teams is going to get in, obviously. I mean, you got Kansas State and Utah. I got Texas Tech and Arizona State. I think all 4 of those teams can make the playoff just off of the fact that if you win your league, you're in the playoff. And obviously, Arizona State almost beat Texas last year and punched their ticket to the national semifinal. I mean, that would have been huge.
So give me like a bold prediction for the season.
A bold prediction. I believe. Well, my bold prediction is that 2 Big 12 teams get in. I think 2 Big 12 teams get in. Obviously, last year we got 2 ACC teams in, but obviously one of them kind of backed their way in. But I have Texas Tech and Arizona State both making the playoff this year. I have Georgia Tech making the playoff this year. I think the SEC is a strong league, but I'm not so sure they're going to get as many teams in as they want because of the jumbled up, 9-win rosters that we like a lot. A lot of them are playoff caliber, but I think a lot of them are going to get left out. My hottest take of the year, I believe, is preseason number 5, Georgia. I have going 8-4. I'm just not in on the Bulldogs this year. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm getting a little, rose-colored glasses here, but I watched Gunnar Stockton for a game and a half or whatever it was, and I don't know. The Georgia offense, I didn't like it last year. I don't think it's going to be particularly good this year. I like Nate Frazier, but I'm just not so sure about this Georgia offense. I'm sorry, in 2025, I have to like your offense to be in on you. I have to like it enough. I just have to like it enough, and I don't know. I trust Kirby Smart to get 8 wins, but in the other games, they have like 5 really tough games. Maybe even 6 that I might be forgetting on. But I don't know. I have Georgia going 8-4, and that could obviously look really stupid when they win 10 games again or 11.
Yeah, it's tough to fade Kirby Smart.
100%. That's why I'm admitting it's a bold. I'm admitting it's a bold take, and it might not happen. Yeah. But someone in the SEC is going to underperform. I think you think it'll be Ole Miss. I think we both think it'll be Tennessee. But I just think Georgia's going to pull back a little bit. I really do. I don't love
it. I don't have them making the playoffs either. I'm 9-3.
But missing. Okay.
I have the same concerns. I just probably don't. Like I don't think they're dropping that far. To
8-4.
Yeah,
like losing every big game.
That's a little off the deep end for me. But
sure.
Listen, I could see it. So
it's a bold.
I know what you're seeing. I just
100%.
The James Franklin, it's just like the other sense. It's like I gotta see that. Like actually.
Yeah. Georgia actually going 8-4 is probably one that you actually have to see to believe. Yeah. I'm just saying because look, it's a bold take. I just think that there's one of these SEC teams that the bottom will fall out from underneath it. And 8-4 for Georgia would feel like the bottom falling out because that obviously would be a disaster season for the preseason number 5 team in the country. 8-4, that's like talk about middle of the pack of the SEC, middle of the pack of the Big Ten. So you don't want to see that. But the whole point is, I think Georgia and Kirby Smart will be on the sidelines watching the playoff this year.
And I have the same prediction. So I guess that's bold.
I'd say it's pretty bold. They're the preseason number 5 team in the country. So
you're right. I guess like for me, it's like I think the same thing, but it definitely is. If you told that to someone
They'll probably be like, no way, that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
This is I just was looking at it to make sure. I have 3 teams in my playoff this year that lost 5 or more games last year.
Oh, geez. One of them is
Florida, Utah, and USC.
Florida, Utah, and USC all in the playoff. Utah Utah had a bad season last year. Everything went wrong for them.
Riddled by injuries, yes.
Really, yeah. But we know when Utah's right, then that they're like a real team.
Absolutely.
Playoff obviously is probably pretty bold, but I mean they're right there in the Big 12 with everyone else. I mean, Florida with the schedule they have, making the playoff would be unbelievable. Yeah. And then USC, that's probably your boldest take. The Trojans making the playoff. Yeah. I haven't heard that from anyone else. So you're in on Lincoln Riley in the year 2025 is very interesting.
Yeah, it could come back and backfire, and he might like get fired or something.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't want to be chalk.
Sure.
I think a lot of these predictions that I see, it's like, okay, like you picked Texas.
Yeah, well, we know exactly. We know who's going to be good. So
it's like, like congrats that you picked. Like, oh, like the team I won it all. Like they made, the semifinal. It's like, yeah, like of course they did.
No, I'm picking Texas, by the way. So
there's nothing wrong.
I'll be the chalk guy. I'll be writing the chalk.
But I like just mixing it up. Like, might as well just throw a dart out there.
100%.
I like what I see, and I just think the schedule kind of permits it. So, but yeah, that's mine. And anyways, I had a great time.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on the pod. Obviously, we'll get into we'll probably have 2 episodes coming out this week where we'll get into like actual conference breakdown stuff. But the schedule, and we just read out the whole schedule. I mean, those are just some of the big games we highlighted, obviously.
Yeah.
But man, what a slate we're in for the whole season. But most importantly, week 0 and week 1 are awesome, and they're literally less than 2 weeks away. So I cannot wait for this, obviously. But yeah, thanks for hopping on, Gibson. Huge season we're looking forward to college football. And we, like I said, we kick it off right away with a week 0 game in Dublin, Ireland, and then an awesome Saturday week 1. Yeah, awesome Saturday week 1. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it for now. Like I said, we'll probably have another episode coming out, within the week. We're gonna try and get 2 episodes out a week instead of 1. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in and listening today. That's it. That's for us. All right, appreciate it.